Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Today we are heading south of Tucson, and it's a place I've been to before, but only passing through. I was at Madera Canyon a couple years ago, and instead of going north to get to Tucson, I just kind of went around south to see if maybe there was what that country looked like. And by the time I made it to Patagonia, it was dark, so I didn't get to see it in the light. Done some investigation. There's some history there, so I wanted to go check that out. Wow, just look at the Palo Verdes. They are blooming, and when they do, it is beautiful. I see a lot of those around in neighborhoods. People have these trees, and it's really beautiful, that green and then the yellow leaves like that, blossoms, until they all start falling on the ground in the neighborhoods. But out here, it is gorgeous. I think we'll get more, the farther south we go, the less we'll see. At least that's the trend I've been seeing. The farther south I've been going, I've been seeing less and less. I was really hoping that there would be a lot of them where we're going. So hopefully, because this is a really good time to get pictures of Palo Verdes. Patagonia, it's an old mining town from back in the late 1800s, 1880, something like that. But it was an old mining town, and it kind of transitioned when the mines kind of ran out. It transitioned to more of a like a trade hub. It had a railroad that went through here, and then after that, when they closed the railroads down, it just kind of transformed into a place for people to come visit. Tourists would come in, and it's kind of held its own. There's another old settlement, a couple that were back in the hills. As soon as the mines ran out, they just kind of went away. They had some natural disasters that caused their downfall, but Patagonia survived it all. Well, looks like we got some fire up here. It's a field. You can see over on the right how dead and dried up this grass is, and it is a little bit windy, so I don't think they would have a prescribed burn today. Not as windy as it is out there. And I do see some emergency vehicles out there. Wow, we're gonna go right by it. I kind of already see some flames. Wow, yeah, this isn't prescribed for sure. Luckily, it's just that short grass, so it's not going to be a huge flames. But just trying to get that under control could be tough in this wind. Wow. As dry as it is out here, I mean, anything can almost start that. Somebody throwing a cigarette out, could be a spark from a car. Just about anything could start a fire like that in this dry grass. If you like this kind of content, make sure you reach down, click that like button, and subscribe if you haven't. It really does help the channel grow, and it lets me get out and do more trips like this. Stuff I really enjoy, and I hope you enjoy it too. Alright, well, not too far up here is a landmark. Here's a sign for it. Quarter of a mile, but it's a historic landmark. It'd be a good opportunity for me to stop, and yeah, I gotta get out of the truck for a little bit. I've been at this for quite a while. Started out here before the sun was even up. Probably like 4:30 in the morning is when I got up and got started. Alright, well, here it is. There's a little marker. See what it has to say. Established August 10th, 1867, named Camp Crittenden by General's Orders number 57. Let's see here. Established to protect settlements of Babokamari, Sonoyta, and Santa Cruz valleys against Indians, leading from a detachment of troops from Camp Crittenden. Let's see. H.B. Cushing was killed in a skirmish on May 5th, 1871 by an Apache war leader from Cochise's band. Wow. There's cows grazing over on the other side of the road. But I thought this would be an interesting little stop. Stretch my legs a little bit. Been on the road for a couple hours now. So felt good. All right, let's hit the road. I'm anxious to get to Patagonia. I was reading up a little bit on Camp Crittenden, and when the railroad kind of ran through here, the Arizona-New Mexico Railroad, they named the town, the settlement around that railroad track, and they called it, they named it after that fort, Crittenden. And that fort was necessary to help keep the residents of the Sonoyta Valley, the miners and the ranchers, help keep them safe, because around that time we were in a 25-year war, the Apache Wars. And that was all started back in 1861 because the Bascom Affair, which is really interesting to read about how that all got started. But yeah, we needed that fort to help keep the locals safe. When I was looking at information to come down here, there's a lot to do down here. So we have a lot of the historic buildings, old residences, some schoolhouses. There's a museum I want to go check out. But there's also the Lake Patagonia State Park. I want to check that out. And about 12 miles up into the hills, kind of to the left of us, I want to go check out. There's an old settlement that's not there anymore. It's through some fires and floods that was destroyed. So I do want to go check that out. And even farther back, there's some more old ruins of an old mine and an old residence. Making sure everything's safe with them. But there's some old ruins I want to go check out. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get all this in one shot. So what I want to do is I'm going to focus on in town. There's some old buildings, old residences, like I said before. There's the original buildings. There's some old, there's like an old hotel I want to go check out. I do want to stop by the visitor center to see if I might be able to get some sort of map to kind of show us what is around. So hopefully they're open. Wow, just look at this town. This is just pretty. It's really pretty here. Oh, that old building, that I think that looks like an old train depot. But wow, just look how pretty this town is. A lot of sycamores, a lot of cottonwoods. Looks like there's even some pine trees. Wow. Well, that little train cart over there on the left, that was going to be the visitor center. So I saw a car there. This looks like the end of town. It is not very big. And I remember that from when I drove through. It wasn't very big. But it does look gorgeous here. And not even all the trees. The sycamores don't have leaves yet. Uh-oh, better slow down here. But anyways, I'm going to get turned around here and Yeah, we'll head back into town, go to that visitor center, and I think that's gonna be a good place to start.
Wide open desert under endless blues, red rocks climbing sunlit hues, scent of sage in the desert air, seems too long when I'm not there. Towering canyons like old friends, sun kisses land where trail will bend, back in the warmth of a fiery glow. Arizona is my home. This is where my heart belongs, in Arizona, singing songs. Feel the spirit in the sand. I'm back in my homeland. From the Grand Canyon to Sedona's light, cactus shadows in the twilight.
All right, well, it's always a good idea to stop by the visitor center first. I got some good information, some maps, very nice people inside. But she was telling me that train cart is one of the original cars that would roll through town, and it would go from Benson all the way over to I forgot where she said it went through to, on the west side. But anyways, they both stopped running in the mid 1960s. But this is really neat because this one big park goes all the way through town. I see a little storyboard here. Maybe we'll take a quick look down here. Some cottonwood trees all lining the streets, and oak. Let's see what these have to say. Trees and birds. Arizona ash, velvet mesquite, emery oak, canyon hackberry. She pointed out a couple of buildings that I should check out inside or in town. And that museum does open up at 2 o'clock, she said today, so that's good news. So I got some of the scoop on where to find some of these buildings. She gave me a map in case I get lost. But all right, let's see what's on these maps here around this gazebo. Well, let's see here. We've got some trails, the Arizona Patagonia Regional Trails, Arizona National Scenic Trail, Roosevelt, Superior, Kearney. Also, it goes all along those mining towns. Roosevelt, Superior, Kearney. What kind of wildlife we have here? We've got black bear, bobcats, mountain lions, javelina, jaguar, and a coyote. I saw white-tailed deer too. Trails of Patagonia. So we have lots of maps to look at. There's a storyboard over here. What's this? Del Mar R. Mock Park, dedicated to D.R. Mock, MD, in appreciation of 37 years of community service. Here was a sign for him. Dr. Del Mar R. Mock. Wow, look, there's dog got some porcupine in him. Man. Oh, that would be so painful. And there he is as a younger guy. And here, the railroad. So that's the burro diesel engine. And I think this train cart here was attached to that originally. But it went from Benson to Guaymas, Sonora, cross. Oh yeah, so it went into Mexico. That's right. That's what she's saying. Here's the old depot. Check out that old car. Courtesy of the Patagonia Museum. So we'll see these pictures in there. Maybe they'll have a little bit more. Boy, I don't even know where to start. It's a long park. So I think we'll walk down this way and then hit the town a little bit and then make our way back. Here's another, what's in a name? Aerial view of Patagonia, train depot. There's a parade in Patagonia. So it's named after the Patagonia Mountains. Patagonia Mine, post office. There's another picture of the depot without the car. Some people standing in there. They're dressed up to the T's, aren't they? All right, we'll walk by this way. They have some public restrooms for this park. And I noticed they had some nice murals painted on them. Adds a lot of color to the town. Got to the old train, hauling some ore. Somebody working on a garden. Kids playing. That's a neat mural. All right, well, I was just talking to one of the locals, and she said a lot of the Airbnbs bought up a lot of the housing. So that's kind of caused a little bit of a problem with residents finding housing here. That's just something when you have a nice little town like this and people want to come stay. Ooh, how pretty is this? Little seating area. It's like what is this? It looks pretty. Here's a gate. Like a little community garden or something. Butterfly garden. Wow, that is neat. Shaded by these nice big trees. Got custom tile on their benches. And they have these plaques talking about all the different kinds of butterflies here. Wow, this is pretty. Oh, and they even have a little small book, like a library box there to trade in books. I see those in a couple of places in these small towns. I think Wickenburg had some. All right, I see a gazebo down here. I'm gonna walk off the sidewalk, 'cause there's a lot of people walking on there. But there's a gazebo. I saw a sign on that. Oh, there's the Velvet Elvis. That's one of the places I was told to go in and see. Supposedly there's a lot of really nice, it's right there, a lot of nice art and stuff to look at. And they enjoy people coming in and taking a look at it. Now they sell pizza. So let's see what this plaque is for. Let's see, each tree in this area was planted in memory of the pioneer of the Patagonian district. It's hard to read. Museum. See book on display in the Museum of the Horse. So this is like a stage area up here. It's all concrete. That'd be neat. Have a band in there, little small town, and have a dance out here. I could see that. Easter Sunrise Service Gazebo. Okay. Oh, and they have a little, look at this, they even have a little shuffleboard. I don't know how good they work anymore, but they used to have shuffleboard here. Pretty rough. Well, I think we'll walk down here. This building, straight ahead of us, it was the old depot. Now, she's saying that they've moved it from its original place, and now it's the municipal court building. Let's see, there's a sign up here. Imagine moving that. That would be a chore. Patagonia to Fairbank. We've been there. Wow, so this went to Fairbank and El Paso. Huh. I remember Fairbank was a really cool town, a little ghost town, museum ghost town. Sky Island. There's the court hours. They're open. Let's see, Santa Cruz Valley National Heritage Area, Sky Island, and Desert Seas. So the Santa Cruz River probably fills up Patagonia Lake. Sonoyta Creek. Yeah, so here's the Patagonia State Park. A lot of information. How cool is this, though? Some old ore cars. And there's another side to that. Wow, look at that. That's neat. Oh, look at these old shovels. Wow, look at that. Huh. That is cool. I saw this too, the Patagonia train track trail. So there's the depot, a train in front of it. Wow, it looks the same, doesn't it? Looks exactly the same. No bad thoughts. Leash pets at all times. No smoking. Day use only, and enjoy. The Patagonia Train Track Trail, that's hard to say, is a multi-user non-motorized trail which follows the old Southern Pacific rail bed as closely as possible. From the old depot northeasterly to the town limit. So that must be this path that we're walking. Well, I think maybe that's the end of this park. You could actually go farther on that on this trail, but I kind of wanted to hit some of these buildings on the way back. Patagonia bikes. Oh, what's this down here? I see something interesting. Some sort of old building or something. Oh, here's some more storyboards too. That's the sheriff's. That's the sheriff's office right there. Looks like the old one's still there. Supporting community forests. A citizen involvement in supporting long-term and sustainable urban and community forestry programs. That's the same one in Spanish. But what got my eye was a marshal's office. Now, city, yeah, this is what I like to see. Town of Patagonia, established 1889, marshal's office. So this was the jail, WPA, Patagonia Jail, sponsored by Santa Cruz County, 1938. I like it even had a number there of it's 387, 287, hard to say. Well, they had a cooler at one time. That would be interesting. I didn't even look to see if it was unlocked. I'm sure it is. Yeah, you can't go in there. It's all concrete. All right, let's get back into town. Now this area was originally, it's really close to where the Patagonia stop of the pretty famous Butterfield stage lines went through. But then in 1882, the railroad came through and pretty much made that irrelevant. But then it became the commercial district. There was a pool hall, barber shop, there was a soda fountain, and quite a bit more. But then in 1969, the owners that built the Stage Stop Inn, they were friends with John Wayne, and they were starting to film westerns out here. So they pretty much built this for actors to stay in. There was quite a few westerns built or filmed out here. So anyways, let's go take a quick look inside the lobby. All right, I checked and we're good to film in here. So, oh man, look at these chairs. That is unique. Chair with horns. I just love the look of this lobby. It definitely has that old Western feel to it, doesn't it? I like that reception desk. We'll go take a quick look upstairs. It has a touch of class. It seems like class with Old West. Wow, this is pretty up here. You can see cattle is the theme. And here's some more of those chairs. There's a lamp with the horns, spur, checker table. Oh, look at that. Those horns. Got some spurs here. It's a really nice desk there. Got a little microwave. This is courtyard area. Ooh, nice pool. That is pretty. Look at that. I like this. It has the old, it feels old, but it's kind of like the the nice old feel. Look at that desk. Well, that's a neat view. All right, let's head back out to the street. So there's a restaurant, some more stores upstairs. Those might be the rooms up there, huh? Yeah, hotel rooms up there. Art gift cafe. So there's more cafes, lots of places to eat. Wow. All right, well, it's a restaurant now, the Velvet Elvis, but originally it's a 1915 adobe building, and it was previously the home of the Big Steer Bar. You can see they have an art gallery, and supposedly they have lots of art you can check out inside. Problem is it's a restaurant. So I went in and see if there's something I could film, but it's there's people in there eating, and it just wouldn't be cool to video that. That's some cool detail on that door. But yeah, it was really nice inside. I wasn't able to film anything out there inside, so, but that's all right. Lots more to see. When you go into the visitor center, they give you a historic Patagonia walking tour. This pamphlet, it has a timeline of the history of the town, and on the inside there's buildings that are numbered, and it explains a little bit about some of the older buildings in town. This old building, this church is a Patagonia Community Church. And it was built in 1922. They say it was made when it was originally built. It's all out of hand-poured concrete. Could you imagine that? Let's see what the plaque is saying. Patagonia Community Church. The Jewel Box on McKeown. Prior, let's see, Sanctuaries have been serving 1923 prior to its construction beginning about 1859. Wow. The Thrift Shop Education Wing was constructed in 1990. So this community thrift shop over here is part of it. Huh. Wow, look at that, you can see. I didn't realize that. Community thrift shop. Some really, looks like real pretty stained glass in the windows. Really pretty. The Patagonia Community Garden. There's somebody in there doing some gardening, so I'm not going to go in there, but there you go. How neat is that? Oh. Woodpecker up there. All right, let's get back to the truck now. Got to head over to that museum.
Oh, the canyon winds whisper and the mountains call. Through valleys and deserts, we've seen it all. Every mile's a story, every turn's a surprise. Epic views ahead under these endless skies. Rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees. From starlit skies to campfires aglow, life's an open highway where we're bound to go. We'll stay in a place where the camping is free. Wake to the dawn, hear the freedom ring with every star that lights our way. The road keeps calling, it's where we'll stay.
This might be the coolest building I've seen so far. It was built in 1901 for Valenzuela. He was a stagecoach driver. Oh, we can even... I know it might be private property. Gates open, but it's he was a stagecoach driver, U.S. mail courier, a homesteader, rancher, farmer, prominent businessman in the community. Two-story adobe building. Wow. Those vines growing up inside the screen. Private property, no trespassing. One lonely light up there. All right. A rock foundation. Kind of hard to see through all these bushes. Boy, I bet when all these bushes have leaves, it's hard to see back there. We got a rock foundation. Adobe stacked on top. Wow, that is neat. That stuff lasts a long time, and it's, unless they sprayed something on there to help keep it from all the rains washing, it's slowly but surely going. That is beautiful. I love that. Boy, I just love coming to old towns like this, looking at these old buildings with lots of history. Quartzsite has some. One of the first videos I did was Old Scott's Bar. I was able to get inside. The owners let me in and told me a lot of stories. So that was one of the first videos I did when I first started. But from there on, I just loved coming to these old towns, finding these old buildings. And the museum is just going to be right up here. You can kind of see part of the building up there. But it's just going to follow this road up a little bit to the left. Kind of excited. It's got good reviews. Supposedly there's lots of stuff to check out. And yeah, it's going to be nice.
Happy to share whatever we've got.
All right, well, here we are to the top of the hill. Doesn't look like there's too many people. Let's see, the museum's over here on the left. I'm going to pick a spot down here on the end, see if I can find something, some shade maybe. With these branches like this, no leaves, it's hard to come by. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Watch your heads, I'm going to pull in. All right. Wow, that wind is howling. But this was the Patagonia Grammar School, built in 1914. In 1912, it burned. The first school burned down, so they built this, and it closed in 2014. And it was actually the longest continuously utilized elementary facility in Arizona. How do you like that? The Patagonia Museum, People, Places, Eastern Santa Cruz County. PatagoniaMuseum.org. Museum. There's more of those custom tile like we saw down at the Butterfly Museum. All right, let's go check it out. Oh, door's open. Yay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wow, look how pretty that bench is. All right, ooh, look at this quilt. A welcome quilt created by the children of Patagonia. Wow. Kind of matches those tiles that we've been seeing around town. That is cool. I love old models like that. They got sandpaper for shingles. And it looks like it was made on an old cabinet door. That's neat. Oh, what do we have here? The jail tree. Wow, look at that. They had two of those old trees I used to chain drunks to. One behind the Methodist church, they had a tree, and one of the roots was half exposed, so they put a chain through it. Wow. Oh, where's this? Patagonia Jail Cave. It had been reported that the fear of that hole, the hill, prevented a lot of crime. Patagonia, Arizona. Wow, top of the door is exposed above the rock slide. Huh. 1914 to 1938. Wow, and there's some stories. Look at that little trash can inside there still. Oh man, I'll have to see if I can. Patagonia Jail short history. I'm gonna have to ask about that. Some sort of old press. All the rock samples from the mining. There's no core sample. Wow, look at that, that's neat. All this jaggedness inside there. Our kids used to go to school in here. This is neat. I keep wanting to say Pentagon, the Patagonia Museum. Oh, cool, some of these old buildings that we saw. The Wagon Wheel Bar, 1958. That's still down there. Oh, here's the, looks like the train depot. 1950. Tin. It's all tin. Wow, that's cool. (1914) player piano. You can only use it if you're a concert pianist. Not quite there. A jewelry box, a piano jewelry box. Plumb bob holster. Cameras. These were found in an old house in the Nogales area. Wow. Kodak reflex. So they had the writing in the chalk. Like that. I like that old stump, the jail stump. Horse of a different color. Look at these old. Oh, here's a commercial company, general merchandise. That's when the railroad was going through. Here's some plans for the schoolhouse. Classroom assembly hall. inverse prints of original blueprints. The Opera House. Patagonia remembers, keeping track. Wow, look at this. Like an old picture album or something. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Boy, that's neat. Some more old cameras. Somebody making a gravestone. Using that wood mallet. So quiet in here. Brownie. The doctor down there. Valenzuela. I wonder if she's related to that guy that they built that Adobe, two-story Adobe building we looked at. All right, let's see what else we got. Office. Tohono Autumn Basket. Let's come down here. Ooh, some artists. Oh. Wow, look at all that old glass, like that. Some sort of funnel. I don't know what to call that in scientific in labs. Beaker? I don't know. Wow, even that old thing, turning colors. Wow. An old scale, huh? This is a really impressive museum. Coffee candy, original coffee candy. Small blacks. Artifacts from the Robert Lennon collection. R. Lennon, registered mining engineer. Oh, look, somebody. Singer sewing machine, 1919. Made a baby gown. Ooh. That's like a small guitar and a ukulele. What do we have here? State Auditor, Automatic Voting Machine Corporation. Huh. So you pick who you want to vote for? Republican, Democrat? Wow, how did that work? Wow. Look at that old toy train. There's a doll with a gown on it. And there's a little girl making stuff. It's kind of cool checking out. Look at these old helmets. World War II, World War I. Canteens. Oh, look at this. Colt 45 Auto Military, World War II, in Vietnam era. This old Navy uniform. What do we have here?
It's so funny that you guys
And you guys don't? Oh, I heard
I've
it.
never heard of it until you said it.
Kid. A lot of Valenzuelas.
Oh, they're here.
Oh, here, take a picture.
Oh, here's some old, look at these old irons.
I can room here.
Coal. Wow.
And I was like, whoa, I had some of that. It's wait till you have to fill out one of those things with your birthday on the computer and it goes down, 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 down. Right. Oh, I thought you have to like scrolling to find it. Right.
Old newspaper collections. Oh, look at this saddle. It's worn for sure. Looked pretty decorative at one time though, so maybe like a parade saddle at one time.
Be sure to go until 8. Well, you know, it's not that much. But it's
From homestead to family dynasties. Mr. Hereford and Parker Canyon.
Well, the area we were staying, the guy that plays,
Hmm.
he stayed in the room where we're staying. Yeah. But you guys did get away. There's also,
Cowboy and Witter Roof. That looked like, oh, it's a film. Movies filmed in Santa Cruz County. I was gonna say, that looked like John Wayne. Duel in the Sun, Red River, The Furies, Winchester 73. Here's a list of all the movies they made in this county. The Cowboys. Isn't it one of the only movies that John Wayne died in? If that's the right movie. Oh, there's even more. Western television series filmed in the area. Rawhide, Little House on the Prairie, Young Pioneers, Father Murphy, The Young Riders. Bonanza and Gunsmoke occasionally. Wow. And it was like on the front of the to help protect against bushes or something. I don't know what that is. What is that? If you know, does it go on a horse? Oh, maybe this is. Branding iron. It's about branding irons. I don't know what that is. I'd be interested to know. Here's another very decorative. Lots of straps. Even had a pouch. Too many cattle, too little rain, a few survivors. Yeah, there's big droughts around here. Happen in a lot of places. I was wondering if that's where we were at this morning, but guess not. Let's see. Seabee Spring, which produces more than 1,350 gallons of water per minute. Yellowstone Park, Sweetheart. Oh, look at this. Resort Wear, Tucson, Arizona. That's what the tag says. Junior Evan. Cabells of Patagonia. Wow, this is really neat. Oh, look, I was going to show you too. Look at these old chaps up there. Man, especially around here, I noticed $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of a person stealing cattle or horses. Look at those saws. Wow. I know just some of these bushes around here, if you're walking around, get scraped up pretty easy because they're sharp. Chuck wagon. All right, well, I think that's about it.
I can't remember.
Hi, thank you.
Did that soup.
Well, let's check out the outside. So they were using this until 2014. Nice big basketball courts. Looked like they had some additional classrooms back there. Maybe a little football field, soccer field. You can see the backdrop to a baseball field over there too. And swing set. Wow, this is really, really cool. I'm really impressed with this museum too. And in Patagonia, you just drive through it. It's like 2 minutes if you drive straight through. But it just goes to show you, take a little bit of time, do a little research, you'll find a lot of stuff that in a lot of these towns that you normally just drive through. Wow, it's getting windy again. All right, this will give us a good aerial view of this beautiful Patagonia, Arizona. Boy, spring, you can tell spring, those trees look nice and lively green, vibrant green. And those beautiful hills off in the distance. Wow. This is really a nice, quaint little town. And that's looking Highway 82. headed towards Nogales. Now, that strip you see where that between the two roads, that's where the original railroad bed was, and they had to move that depot 85 feet from where it was to where it is now to get out to make room for that highway coming through. And you can see that red and white building, that's the museum we were just in. And then that's the road that'll take us out to the old Harshaw town ruins. And there's another old ranch house out that way too. And then that takes us right back in. That's Highway 82 coming in from Tucson. Beautiful town. Well, thanks for coming along. This has been a really, really fun day. But Patagonia has more to offer, so we're going to check out, there's an old town, the remnant of an old town called Harshaw. It's about 12 miles out. We're going to go look at some old mines, some ruins of a ranch house out there, and then we're also going to go see Lake Patagonia State Park. I hear it's beautiful, so we're going to go see what that has to offer. So anyways, that's going to do it for today. You're not going to want to miss next week's video, and so I'm going to sign off. And just remember, never say goodbye, always see you later.